you think it's time that the Senate in the House and the federal government entirely revisit the way the tax system is done completely?
I'd love to do that. I'm the only accountant in the Senate, and I've dreamt of getting to work on changing the taxes. Now, one of the things that I learned because I've been in the state legislature and in the U.S. Senate is that we never do anything revolutionary. We always do it evolutionary. And there's a way to get from here to there, having simpler taxes and fairer taxes. But it's not going to happen overnight, and with the crisis that we've got right now, it's probably not going to happen. I have voted for the Bush tax cuts, and I'm always interested in following what happens on those. More revenue came in than this country had ever had before, and we spent it. The trick is to reduce the spending, and I've got a lot of instances where I've done that. We did some children's preschool bills. When I started in Congress, there were 105 different programs for preschool, Head Start being the premier one. When we did the Head Start bill, I was able to get that down to 69 bills. We could get that down to 69 programs. We could get that down a lot lower. And when you merge them, you save costs, you eliminate duplication, and you provide the services for the kids.
Mr. Rothfuss.
Well, I think the tax structure obviously has some inequities in it. What I would like to see is a flatter tax structure where, regardless of what your level of income is, you're essentially paying the same percentage of tax. So where the Bush tax cuts deviate from that, I would suggest that we move back towards the previous system, and where they support that, I would keep them. In other words, that would probably mean repealing them at the higher level, but it might also mean a compromise where we can work out a system where capital gains tax is at the same rate as regular income tax and other taxes. In other words, you want to move towards the flattest tax possible without actually mandating a flat tax, because, as Senator Enzi said, that's just too revolutionary to achieve. But that's the objective, that's the goal, is to make sure that everyone is paying their fair share. Not changing and not solving overnight, though, and not doing anything revolutionary. Now, this is a mindset difference I think that Mike and I have. I'd like to see some revolutionary changes, and I haven't given up on that yet. Now, I realize that Mike speaks from experience, and I realize that he's worked a lot of years in the legislature with people who have the same opinion, that we can't do anything revolutionary. But I'm afraid we need revolutionary solutions on a lot of these issues. And I think the only way we're going to get that is if we send a lot of people to the Senate and to the House who haven't already given up on those types of solutions. People who really are willing to work for a revolutionary solution instead of just baby steps forward. Baby steps forward brought us to where we are today with all of the problems we have over the last decade and a half.